Jeff Goldblum is one of my all-time favorite actors, so in this episode we're going to have a look at The Fly from 1986. Welcome to Movie Madness. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Karen from Motion Chicks Films. And if you love horror and sci-fi movies as much as I do, then you're going to want to subscribe to the channel and don't forget to turn on the bell notifications so that you get notified every time I upload. I also make movie-inspired vegan food, so if you're into that, there will be lots of that too. Tonight, we're having a look at the 80s film The Fly, which is a remake of the classic film from 1958 of the same name, starring Vincent Price. Let's take a look. The Fly from 1986 is a sci-fi horror film. Brilliantly eccentric scientist Seth Brundle invents and creates a teleportation machine. When he meets Veronica Quaife, he decides to teleport himself, but unbeknownst to him, it all goes horribly wrong. Directed by David Cronenberg, starring Jeff Goldblum, Gina Davis, and John Getz. The Fly is a very sophisticated film, and it's one of my top favorites. And like I was saying before, I absolutely love Jeff Goldblum. I think he's really quirky and unique, but I also think he's very passionate about the roles that he takes on, and I think that really shows here. The very first time I saw him in a film was in 1978, The Invasion of the Body Snatchers. So it's kind of a crazy story. My very, very, very good childhood friend, Lori, was celebrating her birthday, and she took a whole bunch of us out to the movies to go see this cartoon film. I can't even remember what it was called, but Mom dropped us off, we got our tickets, we got into the theater, and then we snuck into The Invasion of the Body Snatchers and watched that instead. And I have to say, I absolutely love that movie too. I'm going to review it sometime. It was such an awesome day. It was so much fun watching a film like that when we weren't planning on it. We weren't really supposed to. We were only 10 after all, but it was so awesome, and I fell in love with him and his acting during that film. So when The Fly came out, I was very excited to see it. And of course, years later when he came out in Jurassic Park, I love that movie too. And this is one of my favorite lines.
Yeah, but your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think if they should.
Just love that line. And of course, I love Gina Davis too, very strong female actress. Loved her in Thelma and Louise. She's perfect in this role. So Jeff plays Seth Brundle. He's this eccentric, very brilliant scientist who lives in this amazing, massive warehouse apartment. Now I gotta tell you a little story. When I was growing up and I became an artist, I thought for sure I was going to move to New York and get an apartment like that. Something, you know, large with big high ceilings that I could have all of my supplies out and I'd have lots of space to work. Yeah, I ended up on the West Coast. Didn't quite happen, but that was always my dream. The apartment from Flashdance also gave me that same vibe. And of course, in that movie, I really love the black Porsche. Black Porsche 911 with the fin. Oh my God, that's my dream car. As long as it came in electric. Did they come in electric? Probably not. All right, back to the movie. So Seth, in this apartment of his, he's an inventor and scientist. He creates and makes these two teleportation devices, but with a few mishaps. But then he meets the love of his life, Veronica, played by Gina Davis. One part that I found weird in the movie was whenever Jeff would say the name Veronica, it was almost as though he was struggling with it, that he couldn't connect that name with Gina Davis. Did you guys see that? Did you notice that? I found that really funny. He did it almost in a cheeky sort of way, like he had said it a bunch of times wrong, and then he finally got it right. So because of this romance, something loosens up in Seth's brain, and he's able to figure out the last touch that he needs to put on the machines to make them work effectively. Then he gets together with Veronica again, and they have this discussion, and something makes him think that maybe she's going back to her ex, and he's very upset and by himself one evening, and he's drinking and decides he's going to try out the machine all by himself. But this leads to some very tragic endings, and I'm not going to spoil it for you. You have to watch it if you haven't seen it. It's all very awesome science fiction-y stuff. You got to watch it. I really love this movie. I highly recommend it. So the brilliant David Cronenberg directed this film. Now he's known as being one of the originators of the body horror genre, and I just love these kinds of movies so much. I think these are probably the style that I love the most in science fiction movies and in horror movies too. Now David's made lots of great films over the years, and some of them that I remember are things like Shivers, Videodrome, The Brood, Scanners, and The Dead Zone. The Fly did really well in the box office and with critics, mostly because of Jeff Goldblum's performance and because of the special effects, which are very cutting edge. The makeup was created by Chris Wallace and Stephen Dupuis, and they actually won an Academy Award for it. And I believe Chris went on to direct The Fly 2, which I liked very much as well. I own that one too. So these guys developed the grotesque Brundle fly first in its entirety, and then they went back and developed all of the stages that Seth would have to go through to become Brundle fly, and combined that with Jeff's acting abilities, and wow, so amazing, so believable, and so horrifying at the same time. I absolutely love it. So the original film with Vincent Price in 1958 had 2 sequels attached to it, but this remake only had one, The Fly 2. So this film focuses on Veronica and Seth's mutant son, who is raised in a scientific research facility. The facility's called Bartok Industries, I think, so it's like this whole corrupt corporation deal, and pretty cool. I like that idea. And Eric Stoltz is in this one. He plays their son. Jeff Goldblum and Gina Davis are such a believable couple in this movie, and I think it's because they were a real-life couple for a short time during that time. That, with the special effects, I really feel that if this movie was remade today, it wouldn't be the same. Jeff Goldblum transforming into this human-fly hybrid is incredible. He's captured the essence of a fly. Have you ever watched a fly? I have. We get lots of fruit flies, probably from the bananas that we eat. And they're incredible. They're very intelligent. They almost take on personalities, and the way that they are with their offsprings, it's just incredible. And I really think he's captured that. Amazing. And once again, no CGI. There are stunt doubles, makeup, and lighting. Those are the effects, and I think it's brilliant. I love this film. I have it in my collection. I've watched it many, many times. I highly recommend it. And if you've seen it before, let me know what you think in the comments down below. All right, that's a wrap, guys. If you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up because it helps me out a lot, and subscribe to the channel for more movie reviews and vegan recipes. I've got so much planned in the next couple of weeks, so come back, hang out. It'll be a lot of fun. And as always, I am so grateful that you guys stopped by. I love all of you, and I want you to have a great rest of your weekend, and I will see you again next week. Bye, guys.